How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another video. Welcome to another video. Now, I've heard that in America, people have a tradition of watching Christmas movies around this time, and I've never really participated in that tradition, but since I don't really have anything better to do these days, I said, why the heck not? So I went into the Tartarus pit of the World Wide Web and dug out the most horrifying Christmas movie of all time. Elf Bowling the movie. The Great North Pole Elf Strike. Yep, that is the title of the movie. And don't worry, that is the least of its problems. Apparently, Elf Bowling was a very popular computer game in the 90s. And from what I've found online, it was literally just Santa knocking over some elves with a bowling ball. And I don't know why the people in the 90s loved this kind of sadism, but apparently they did. So much so that it warranted an entire movie of its own, which cost like $6.5 million. Can you imagine $6.5 million on a movie where they forgot to give every character nostrils and ear holes? And boy, did they go balls to the wall with this movie. Not only did they make a movie about a fat, white bearded man chucking bowling balls at little people, they went a step further. They decided that this movie was going to explain to us the origins of Santa Claus. That's right, a movie based on a game where a rabbit occasionally shits in the middle of the bowling lane is going to tell us the origins of one of the most beloved characters of human history. I think that's a great idea. So according to this movie, before Santa became a jolly old gift giver, he was the captain of a pirate ship named the Filthy Toe, and his name was not Santa Claus. Oh no, boys and girls. He was called
Santa Maria Clausewitz Kringle.
Wow, the originality of that name is just blowing me away. This is a genius name because once he becomes Santa Claus later on in the movie, we're gonna be able to finally see that Santa and Claus were already part of his name. It's the Santa part of the Santa Maria and Claus part of the Clausewitz that come together and make Santa Claus. Isn't that genius? Wow! And Santa Maria Clausewitz Kringle used to talk like this.
And before I retire to count me booty, I've a teensy question for yous. Who pooped in a peanut barrel?
So Santa and his brother named Dingle Kringle and his crew of peanut barrel defecators were in the business of stealing toys from kids and then just selling those toys back to the kids. Nothing wrong with that. Standard pirate behavior, I think. But in the very next scene, we see that Santa is feeling bad about stealing the toys. So he's sending them back to the kids by throwing them in the middle of the ocean and letting them float away. You're not doing anybody any favors here, Santa. Your men who are working hard and shitting hard think they're getting rich because they're stealing toys from kids, but they're not. And the kids whose toys got stolen are sad, are probably never gonna get their toys back. You're not really using a reliable method of shipping the toys. You're just chucking them in the middle of an ocean. How are the kids supposed to get the toys back? Now, before you start questioning if there was going to be any bowling in this movie, Santa decides that it is time for some 9 pins. You know, like on any old pirate ship. But then he and Dingle get kicked off the ship because they cheat to make Santa win at the bowling game.
He made me do it! Did not, did you? No, did you?
Santa and Dingle freeze up and then float away to the North Pole, aka Crazy Town, because everybody here is insane. In North Pole, Santa and Dingle are found by an elf named Lex, who thaws them out of the ice using a magic ball. Apparently, Lex is the only one with a magic ball in the North Pole. You would think that all the elves should have magic, but I guess not. So Lex thinks Santa is someone called Whitebeard.
It's him! Him? Who him? I mean him who? Whitebeard.
Don't you think you should have confirmed that before you thawed him out of the ice? Santa and Dingle just immediately start fighting after they come out of the ice.
Dead not! Dead too!
Because that's what you do when you melt out of a block of ice. You're not on the verge of death because of hypothermia. You just go back to exactly what you were doing before you froze up. Now Lex accidentally set Santa's ass on fire.
Ow! Fire on the poop deck! I says freeze him, but does he listen to me? No!
I must have had it in reverse.
Fire on the poop deck!
Is he shouting fire on a poop stick? What does that mean?
I know that jig. It's a pants on fire fandango. Kiev show.
This scene is so bizarre. Like, what the hell is going on here? So Santa and Diggle find out that the elves of the North Pole spend their time making something called Dougal Bobbins. What are Dougal Bobbins, you ask?
Dougal Bobbins are toys.
Oh, it's just toys? Why would you not call them toys then? Is this movie not complicated enough already? Now the elves suddenly realize that Dingle wants to steal their toys. I'm sorry, Doodle Boggins. And they angrily start marching towards him and Santa, when Santa just knocks them over with Lex's magic ball.
Uh-oh. Call my lawyer.
Did he say call my lawyer? What year is this? Why does he have a lawyer? I guess it's smart for a lawyer to have a pirate as a client. They're probably always going to be on the wrong side of law and need legal assistance. Now you would think that the elves must be furious that some rando just plowed over them with a ball. Nope, they love it. Jeez, what the fuck is wrong with these elves? Behold, elf bowling. Didn't I tell you everybody is crazy here? Then this lady named Griselda shows up, who apparently is the best pastry chef in all of North Pole. But here's the thing, we don't see any other pastry chef in North Pole. She's literally the only one. I guess that is a way to be the best at something, by being the only one.
In honor of your arrival, my specialty, steaming hot
Shit.
strudel.
Oh, strudel. Strudel, my bad. Yeah, so she can only make strudel. She says that's her specialty, but that's literally the only thing she makes for the entire movie. We don't ever see her making any other pastry, even though she's supposed to be the best pastry chef in North Pole.
Rather you keep your hot strudel in your pants.
Wow. Is this supposed to be a kid's movie? Santa wants Lex to conjure him up a ship using his magic ball so that he and Dingle can go after his barrel-shitting crew. But then Lex persuades him to stay and be Santa Claus.
You can give away the toys we make to children every day of the week.
Nah, too much work.
How about you just give them the toys on one special day of the year?
Only work one day a year?
And don't forget my strudel.
You've got a deal.
Alright, hold on there. So you're telling me that Santa became Santa because he was this lazy pirate bum who didn't really want to work except once a year, and he was like horny for some strudel? Try telling that to the kids. Yeah, kids, he became Santa because he was a lazy piece of shit and he wanted to bang a German pastry chef. Merry Christmas. And now Santa is finally ready to go around the world and spread joy in the hearts of kids. But not before Bagger over here explains the one important rule of being in business with the elves.
Elves need to be happy, their hearts must bring with joy, for it is only a happy elf who is able to make toys. Don't bum us out, or with capers you'll be slappy.
You have to kiss our ass and suck our dick cause we are fucking psycho. So now we do a time jump from 600 AD to the 2000. So I paused on this newspaper shot and decided to read it. I think it was the best decision I've ever made. According to the North Pole Time, the best man at Santa's wedding was the only Asian elf named Elf Huang, Who is Elf Huang? Why is he the only Asian elf? And why have we not heard about him before? He and Santa must be pretty close if he decided Elf Huang would be best man and not Lex. But we never see Elf Huang. Wouldn't it be nice to show him once in a while? Yeah, Santa never even mentions him. I don't know if this is like a diversity thing. We have elves of all races, and see, we mentioned the only Asian elf, and he was the best man at Santa's wedding. That's representation, right? They mentioned him on a size 2 font on a shot that lasts 3 seconds. I mean, if that's not representation, I don't know what is. Like, this newspaper initially is like talking about the wedding, but then halfway through, the person who was making this shit up was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna write random stuff. Over here it says, alright, just in case someone pauses this shot, we better write some legitimate stuff. So these two get married, and this is a mock-up newspaper clip that borders on copyright infringement, but it's all for the sake of a good Hollywood family movie.
Rather you keep your hot strudel in your pants.
Bowling Illustrated over here says elf bowling is a hit. Elf pins. Bruises can be so much fun.
For 1,400 years of hard work, your own bowling alley!
So let me get this right. Santa slaved them away for 1,400 years and then gave them a bowling alley where they're going to be the pins. Talk about getting the short end of the poop stick.
Okay, elves, you can be the pin.
They're literally cheering to be the pins. What kind of masochistic behavior is this? Yeah, crush my fucking skull with that ball, Santa. Alright, so it's been a few hundred years and Dingle, the asshole, has been mooching off Santa and living off his couch, but Griselda has had it with him now.
He's nothing but a schemer, a scoundrel, and a mooch. It's either my strudel or that wet noodle.
Dead wet noodle? Is that a German thing? I swear, this movie has the strangest references, like dead wet noodle and being a second banana, pulling the crocodile's teeth, ruby-lipped rutabaga.
You got 1 week to find yourself a nice bachelor igloo.
Is Dingle doing like a Joe Pesci from Home Alone? Strudel pushing bitch. Now Dingle does not like getting kicked off the couch. Oh no sir, he does not. So he comes up with a scheme with his 2 penguin cronies named Irvin and Luigi. So he decides to challenge Santa to a game of elf bowling, and the winner is gonna control Christmas, whatever the fuck that means. While Irvin and Luigi kidnap 2 of the elf pins and take their place. So of course when Santa bowls, they fall down, but then they get back up.
Yes! I control Christmas!
Just kidding, because like 2 seconds later, they find out that Dingle has cheated.
Wait a minute!
Dingle cheated!
And everything goes back to normal. This whole thing was so pointless because like immediately after this, Dingle comes up with another scheme to take down Santa. So what I think happened was like they finished the entire movie and then they were like, fuck, we don't have enough elf bowling in this movie and we can't not have that because elf bowling is in the title. So we gotta have more fucking elf bowling in the movie. We gotta have more elf bowling. So they just put this random scene in the middle about elf bowling. So Luigi and Irvin mess up with the candy cane machine and make it look like Lex did it, so Santa ends up firing Lex. Then later Dingle comes to Santa's place and tells him that Lex has gone like crazy and run off onto the ice or something.
I gotta save me poor little buddy!
Why would you even believe him at this point? Hasn't he like scammed you for 600 years? Get a clue, Santa. Also, why does he need the sword? Is he planning to save Lex by hacking him to death? Santa gets to Lex to help him, but it turns out that it's Irvin.
Yo, Santy, nice day for a swim.
Meanwhile, Luigi blows up the entire workshop by turning a single valve under the workshop. Who made this workshop? It seems like a huge construction oversight that you're like 1 valve turn away from blowing up the entire thing. The waves caused by the explosion freeze up Santa like a human popsicle in the middle of the sea. So now everything is in pieces and the elves are all bummed out. And as you know, a bummed out elf is contractually not obligated to work.
No bowling means no fun, and no fun means no work. We're on strike!
Oh yes, if we can't have an old fat man crushing our bones with a bowling ball, we are not gonna work. And now begins the Great North Pole Elf Strike. This is a historic event that may last days, or months, or even years. Just kidding, it lasts a whopping total of 2 minutes before Dingle convinces the elves to leave North Pole and set up their workshop in Fiji. Why Fiji, you ask? Because why the fuck not?
And we gotta save Christmas. We're going to Fiji!
Yeah, why rebuild your workshop with like elf magic in like 2 seconds when you can fly all the way from the North Pole to an island in the South Pacific where you have never been before? Now that will surely save Christmas. Till now, this movie has been making inappropriate jokes, talking about Santa's hot strudel. But then suddenly, this movie becomes overtly sexual for some odd reason.
I reminisce about me Christmas takeover, making me net worth somewhere in the upper billions.
You must be Dingle, the one worth billions. I mean, the one with the $1 billion looks.
Aye, wench, aye.
Oh yeah, Dingle keeps calling her a wench for the rest of the movie. Doesn't that mean like a prostitute? Well, I guess he saw through her from the very beginning. Miss Poophair gets Dingle to set up shop at her resort and sign an agreement called Rights to My Life Agreement. And if you read this contract, it reads like an actual contract from the movie studio for a contractor. I think they just took an actual contract and copy-pasted it into the movie because it doesn't mention anything about Dingle handing over his life to Miss Poophair. All of this is followed by yet another terrible song. So I think the people who made this movie only knew the Fijian word bula, which means hello. And then they were like, oh shit, how do we make the song sound like a Fijian song? And they were like, oh wait, there is a at the end of bula, so let's just add an after every other word in the song.
Take a tour of a pura and a wonderful paradise. Fiji really rock, I got a top of notch of beach so nice.
This sanga is fucking racist. Meanwhile, Griselda shows up to save Santa.
Maybe I should come with you, yeah?
Not this time, Grizz. This is between me and me brother.
Did he just leave her there? She was like, can I come with you, please? No, you strudel pushing wench. This is between me and my brother. Just stay here and freeze to death. On the island, Dingle tricks the elves into going into Dingle's fun house, which, surprise, surprise, is actually Dingle's sweatshop. I don't know why you would broadcast it like that. Inside the sweatshop, he hypnotizes the elves to work for him for free. And then this movie just takes a weird turn. Dingle starts singing about how slavery makes the world go round.
Slavery makes the world go round. It's easy enough to see.
What am I doing with my life? Finally, Santa makes it to Fiji to save the elves. But then Dingle brings these 2 Easter Island statues to life to fight Santa. I don't know why an Easter Island statue is in Fiji and not in Easter Island, but I think that's asking way too much of this movie. And for some reason, these statues talk like what I think surfers in California talk like.
We got your back, Dingle dude.
Totally.
Oh yeah, can you stop fucking talking like that, dude? It's making me sick, dude. They grab Santa and take him to the beach and stuff him into the sand. But then Lex finds Santa, and Santa starts apologizing to Lex.
It's you, Max, who will always have a place deep in me heart as me closest friend and as the kindest, dearest little elf.
This is like a chick flick, except instead of smoking babes, dude, it's a munchkin and a fat guy. Oh, here you go.
What the fuck? So then Lex and Santa manage to get into the sweatshop and unhypnotize the elves by hitting this reverse lever, which I don't know why there's even an option for that. And then the movie finally ends with yet another elf bowling game between Santa and Dingle, which yet again Dingle tries to cheat and get away with it, but he doesn't.
Bola! Bola! Wait! Dingle cheated!
Watch the instant replay.
Oh, don't you mean the Instanta Replaya? Thanks to Mr. Fiji's cameras that catches the exact moment when Luigi is replacing Santa's ball with a bomb.
Jingle cheated again, and Santa wins!
So that's it. That was the movie, guys. I don't think I'm ever gonna watch a Christmas movie again. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please subscribe. And yeah, don't shit in the peanut barrel, guys. It's disgusting. Go to the toilet. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.